Good afternoon, Dr. Anil Prakash Sharma. I would like to thank you for taking out time for an interview with College Dunia. Welcome to the another round of interview called as Thoughts on Education.
Thanks.
So, sir, before we start the interview, I would like you to give a brief introduction of yours to our audience.
Thank you very much, College Dunia. I am Professor Dr. Anil Sharma, and I have been in this college for the last 20 years as assistant professor, then assistant professor, then director also. I had my qualification from Punjab University Chandigarh and Jivaji University Gwalior, and I have been in the newspapers also as marketing editor, and I have authored 10 books and conducted more than 20 webinars, seminars, MPPs, as well as we have done a lot of research work also through our faculty team. Thank you.
Great, sir. So, starting with the episode, the very first question, what are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
See, since my childhood, I had a desire that I should serve my country, either as a deputy commissioner or the deputy, what we call DMs. And I wanted to appear in UPSC. And before that, I wanted to go to the army as well. And I appeared in almost all the exams. But eventually, I felt that teaching is one of the best and noble professions. So I started my career when I was still doing my graduation. So I started teaching in a school, and that made me love for my teaching profession. And my father was also a government teacher, so that blood is there in me.
Great, sir. Great. Being the director of IIMT, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
See, leadership style for me comes as officer-like qualities. The one who is dedicated, devoted, and committed to one's profession, to one's country, to one's state, to one's family, and to one's relations. So that is how a leader can come forward. A leader is the one who comes forward and fights for the sake of the people and to serve them in whatever conditions are there.
Being the director of IIMT, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for marketing and administration of your school?
The IMT has a very well formed teams of research and development cell, similarly placement and ideal placement and training cells. We have all kinds of clubs. We have all kinds of activities which are done by the students. We have our relations with the media houses also. And with the help of this, we have industrial visits also. We have the tie-ups with the various corporate sectors, universities, colleges, and in this way we strategize our marketing system for the students. As well as we have a very dynamic website also, which has all the latest updates.
Great, sir. So, if we talk about the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured quite differently. So, in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
See, India is a country which was not formed one day. It has the historical background of thousands and thousands of years. More than 10,000 years of education system has been running in this country, and this education system is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is our family. So based on that, our Gurukul system was there, and Guru and Sishya Parampara was there, which I may not find in other countries. So that bond is much more developed in our country than any other country of the world. But yeah, you are right. Since independence, we have been having different governments, and all the governments were willing to have a very good developed system of education in this country. So the first in this scene was 1964-66. When the Kothari Commission was formed and new education system was introduced, three language formula system was introduced all over the country. Then we had in 1986, we had new education policy by the then government. Then we had again changed this now recently in 2020-21, when totally a new overhauling of the education system has been there. And I'm sure that this new education policy by the present government will do miracles, and which will be more practical based than theory based.
Uh, if we talk about curriculum, sir, how does the curriculum of your college ensure the best practice of the industry?
Our curriculum is actually is given to us by the university which we are affiliated to, and our university is well recognized all over the world for its practical aspects. Ours is a very professional university. Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University is a very professional university which came into existence in 1999-2000 by the then government, and which is totally based on professionalism. All kinds of professional courses are being done here, and today we have more than 126 colleges affiliated to this. So that curriculum, which our students are also following, which has management, which has law, which has computer science, and our students have been placed in best of the industries in the country, as well as our students have been placed in most of the European countries also, including America and Australia and Canada, as well as England also. They have been going there for their higher education also. So this curriculum has been perfectly adopted for the need of our students, and they are enjoying it.
Great, sir. So, if we talk about the step taken by the government into the students of different races or economic backgrounds, there are multiple steps which have been taken by the government over the period of over the years, rather. So, what are your insights into how the institute could be more welcoming to students of different races or economic backgrounds?
See, all governments have given the economic welfare system to the students, those who belong to the lower strata of the society. And our university has also, in the form of government, has also given scholarships, merit scholarships, although we have a nodal officer for this also. And in all the colleges, university has formed nodal officers. But in our college also, we have been providing the scholarships to minority students, as well as to the lower strata of the students, to the reserve category students also, and those who are meritorious students. They are also being given the scholarship awards. We have a tradition in our college to provide the best student award, best faculty award, best researcher award, and they are being sent to other parts of the country also for participating in various moot court competition, national debate competition, and as well as in other universities also. As I said you, that we have MOUs with a couple of universities and a couple of industries and corporate sectors. So our students have been doing an exchange program along with the faculty. So government has really given the benefit to the students who can be benefited by the scholarships which have been provided by the state government as well as government of India.
Government of India. Right, sir. So, what do you think, sir? What are your roles and responsibility towards the students?
As a director, my responsibility is that I should inculcate in them leadership qualities, as well as I should make them multifaceted, talented person. They should not be one-eyed jack. They should be two-eyed jacks, so that their ears, eyes, and brains are open for a latest development, whether this is technological, whether this is spiritual or social, psychological or physical or on health ground. So my take on the students is that they should be overall development of the students. Speaking from that angle, my students should not lag behind in the race where the other students are going ahead. And I want them to be seen on the international level that they are making name for their country as well as for my college as an ideal college.
All right, sir. Every institute is having certain kind of plans, be it short term or long term. So, what do you think should be your institute's top priority over the next 10 years?
Well, very good question. Our top priority is that my students, when they go out of this college, they should not be on the roads. Number one, they should be well settled before they leave their college, before they complete their courses, or that we have organized the company visits in our college. For the last 5 years, more than 30 to 40 companies have visited us. So as well as for the law firms, they have also taken our students. And in the next 10 years, I want to see all over the country my students placed. So wherever I go, I want to see in every court of the country, in every industry of the country, in every entrepreneur of the country, my students as heading the organizations. This is my vision.
That's a great vision, sir. So when you first came to IIMT, what was your vision for the institute? And has it evolved over time? And how far along in implementing the vision are you?
Absolutely right. I came in this institute in 2001, and at that time we were running this institute in a rented building here. And after that, at that time we had only 3 to 4 rooms, but today we have 32 rooms. We have 5-storied, well-equipped building, AC connected, and we are out of the state-of-the-art rooms, and we have well-equipped computer labs also. We have a smart what do you say that boards. Smart boards are also there in the rooms, and we have all kinds of clubs. We have Ideal Cultural Club, we have Ideal Music Club, we have Ideal Dance Club, we have Ideal Dramatics Club, we have Ideal Photography Club, we have Ideal Eco Club. At that time, none of this was there, but today all the students participate in all kinds of activities, and so we have received 6 gold medals till then, and this is a great achievement of the college. And some of our students have also passed judiciary, as well as a couple of students have been inducted into UPSC also.
Great, sir. Great. Coming to the very last question for this episode, and this would be an interesting one. What would you like people to know about your institute that they may not know?
They should know that ours is the only college in the university which is connected from all sides of the college. It is connected with metro on all 3 sides. It is connected with all the transport system, buses, cars, autos, e-rickshaws, and they can have their own vehicles. This is the only college which has the biggest parking space in Delhi, because this is not a thoroughfare, and the students can park their cars outside, which most of the people do not know in Delhi. But Ideal College has the biggest parking, and that is the best thing. And the students, even if they have to come from metro stations, this is hardly a distance of 10 minutes. They can come. So transportation is not a big problem. Secondly, ours is one of the best colleges out of 126 colleges. Top 5 colleges, out of top 5 colleges, ours is that 5, out of that 5 colleges.
So basically, a student can get easy accessibility and the best education.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And they have a free access to internet. They have a free access to library. They have a free access to all the principals, all the teachers, and the director, as well as the parents. Parents are also allowed to come to the college anytime with the appointment. They see there is no hard and bound rule. Only rule in this college is that we train the students for the corporate, and we train the students for the legal services, judiciary services. So for that, we have maintained the perfect discipline in them, and we have told them a man in uniform is much far better than a man in casuals.
Rightly said. Rightly said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anil sir, for taking out time for an interview with College Dunia. And I think that this interaction of ours would help the students to take the right decision, the right choice. Thank you so much.